right, sorry about that. We reached our time limit, I guess, to be on their free Wi-Fi here. So we fell for a few minutes, but we are back. Let's see what we have missed. We are through 8 frames on 11 and 12. Cameron Hurwitz with still a 36 pin lead, it looks like. And while we were gone, Zimmerman with a turkey has come back against Eddie Ross. Eddie Ross now up in the 8th, shooting at a 2-pin. He missed a spare, a single pin spare the frame before. So with another strike here, Zimmerman will come back and take the lead in that match. Hurwitz with a strike in the 9th. He could still go out for 241. Best Bone could do is 215. Zimmerman gets the 7 out. Brandon Bones with a strike. If he were to double and get a good count, he would force Hurwitz to mark in the 10th. So that match still isn't over as of this moment. And it is now. Hurwitz now 6-0 in match play. Have a little bit of a delay. It looks like the ball issue again on 14. And that's 5 in a row for Zimmerman. He now comes back and takes control of this match. And Horowitz's fill shot is pretty good. A strike, 221 to 180 victory over Brandon Bone. Eddie Ross comes in high on 14, leaves himself the 3-pin. So if he spares and strikes out, he will shoot 191, which would mean that Dylan would only need a 9 count on his first shot to win. Anything less, then he would have work to do yet. Again, that's only if Eddie Ross were to strike out here in the 10th. Eddie gets the first. It went off for a couple minutes because I lost. They knocked you off after like 2 hours.
Cameron's mother and brother are in the Vatican right now. That's why they're not here. And they just told me that they were watching all the way from Europe.
We're worldwide, man.
Technology.
Yes, it's amazing. All right, Eddie Ross spared on his second shot in the 10th, so that match is over, assuming Zimmerman gets some pins here. Looks like our bowlers for match number 2 on 11 and 12 have arrived. Look like it's going to be Paige Peters and Tom Hankey. Zimmerman leaves the 2-pin. All right, Zimmerman with his fill shot. He will be in the 2-0s. 203 to 181 victory over Eddie Ross. We've started our match on 11 and 12. Tom Hankey came in high, had the 3-6-10 up there for a moment. The 6 fell, the 10 fell, leaves just the 3-pin. Which he makes. Paige comes in high. She leaves the 3-6-10. She knocks out the 6, so she gets unlucky not to take out the 10. Our bowlers for the next match have arrived. Looks like it's going to be Francis Vitelli and Brian Kennedy, 2 PJBT regulars. Good spare there for Paige. Mercs the baby split. Kennedy with the strike. Both bowlers open with 10 down. Paige with the strike. Frame 2. Good shot. matches. They're even through 2. Kennedy, opening double. See if Vitelli could match. Double for Tom. Francis was not able to strike in the second. In fact, he split 6-7. Page wraps at 10. Vitelli gets the 1. Page does not make her 10 pin. I think she short-armed it a little bit. This is Sport Jesse. These are unnamed patterns that we've used all week. Yesterday during qualifying, the first 6 were on an easy pattern. The next 6 were on an extremely difficult pattern. And then today is the middle of the road pattern. Page up in the 4th. She leaves a 4-pin. Vitelli struck in his 3rd. Brian Kennedy, false start. Page makes her spare. Kennedy leaves the 2-4-5. Tom looking for 3 in a row. He gets it. Kennedy for his spare. Makes it. He's got a 19-pin lead after 3. Tom up 22 at this moment. Could go up 32. Eight-pin. Actually, he was up 32 and was looking to go up 42. He makes the spare, he'll be up 31. Solid 8 for Kennedy. Hanky makes his 8-pin. His was not a solid 8. Page comes in high, 3-6-10. She didn't like that shot.
Ryan, do me a favor, yell for Chuck. Grab a ball issue again.
Thank you. All right, Paige made her 3-6-10 and then struck. So she's down 34. Tom comes in high, leaves a 4-pin. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Somebody wants to chime in, ask some questions. All right, Tom made his spare. And he strikes in the 7th, 33-pin lead. So if Paige is going to make a move, it's going to need to be now. She's on a strike. She could double here in the 7th to cut the lead to 23.
Best tournament bowlers after game number 18. Your leader is Cameron Hurwitz at plus 485. 10th place at the moment is Alex Horton at plus 175. 485 your leader.
485 is the leader.
10th.
After game
number
18, 175 is the cut for 10th.
You also have one girl still in the cut. Cameron Peters at plus 194. 3 girls still in play. Results are on the scoreboard.
Kennedy does not make his spare. Pretty poor attempt. Vitelli leaves the 1-2. Page goes 9 spare, 9 spare. Now down by 34. Running out of frames pretty quick. Vitelli makes his spare. It's a double for Hankey. Another strike here. He basically put this match away. Vitelli with a 4-7 in the fifth. That's a triple for Hankey. It's going to end that match. The best Page can shoot is 204. Tom is already at 188. So Page were to strike out, Tom would only need 5 pins or so, which she did not strike. So now that is mute. Tom will win that match. Strike for Kennedy in the fifth. Page went 9 spare again. She's now up in the 10th. Leaves a split. Kennedy up in the 6th, looking to double. Take a 19-pin lead. He does not. Leaves the 6-10. All right, Page with a 168. Kennedy makes his spare. He's got 95 in the 5th with a spare in the 6th. If Vitelli were to strike here, he'd be down by 9. Tom with a strike. He could still shoot an impressive 258 game. That'll really move him up the standings. Vitelli with a strike. He would take a 1-pin lead with a strike here in the 7th. And pocket 710. So he'll be in the 240s, probably 245. Vitelli does get the double. He now goes up by a pin. Tom gets the 245 to 158 victory over Paige Peters. Kennedy with a strike. That's a double for Kennedy. He goes back up by 9. Vitelli up in the 8th, 4-pin. Vitelli makes the spare. It's down 10.
Best bowlers bowling on lanes 1 and 2. Let's have a nice hand for Alex Soares winning 300.
All right, bowling on lanes 1 and 2, very far from our camera. Alex Sorge, perfect game, 300. That will certainly move him up the standings. He was in 18th after game 17. Vitelli struck in the 9th. Ryan Kennedy, 4-9 in the 9th. He does not make it, so he has 171. He now finds himself down by 14 entering the 10th. Light hit 8 for Brian. Now the best he could do is 191. All right, so with just a couple pins here, he's going to force Vitelli to mark in the 10th. $191 for Ryan Kennedy. Vitelli leaves it 2-5. This is choppable. Vitelli's going to need to make this and get 7 or more. 6 is a tie. Anything below 6 would be a loss. Vitelli does not make the spare. He will lose to Brian Kennedy, 191 to 183. All right, that's going to do it for game 2. As I play adjust the camera for the scoreboards again. All right, so it looks like on 11 and 12, we will have Isaac Erickson and Chloe Skrzyński. On 13 and 14, looks like Drew Esposito and I don't know yet. Erickson starts out with a strike. Four pin for Chloe. Still waiting to see who Esposito's opponent's going to be. Chloe makes her spare in the first. Good shot there by Chloe in the second. Puts 10 back. Chloe got a little TV time this past collegiate season. It's her first year for Maryland East Shore. 210 split for Erickson in the second. He gets the 1. And it's Alex Horton who shows up. All right, so get this match going. Chloe looking to double. She does. Isaac Erickson did strike in the third. Chloe with a 22-pin lead. Two 8 for Drew. Another strike for Chloe. It's a turkey. Esposito makes his spare. Erickson with a double of his own. Two 4 for Horton. Alex with the spare. Erickson comes in high. Looked a little off balance on that shot. Leaves a 4-7. Alex up, frame 2, gets the 7 out. Looked like for a moment 7 was going to stand, and then it was gone. Erickson chops his spare. He's got 84 in the 5th. Esposito puts 10 back in the second. That match is all tie.
This tournament bowlers, after game number 19, your leader is now Drew Esposito at plus 528. 10th place remains Alex Horton at plus 217. 217. 528 your leader, 217 is 10th. That's after game number 19.
Matt. How? Take that one. I'll make another one.
All right, I got some results after game 19. Drew Esposito has retaken the lead at 528. Cameron Hurwitz, despite him being now 7-0 in match play, he fell back to second, but he's only 2 pins behind. They have now separated themselves from the field. Alex Glinski is in third at 371. Pierce Field is up to fourth at 358. Dylan Zimmerman in fifth at 322. Tom Henke in sixth at 303. Andrew Lazarchik in seventh at 292. Alex Sorge, with the strength of his 300, bounces all the way up to eighth at 269. Andrew Kopech, ninth at plus 225. And Alex Horton is your cut at plus 217. First out of cut, Joey Ocello, only 7 pins behind. For the girls, still 3 girls in the finals. Cameron Peters is in 16th. Chloe Skrzyński is in 17th. And Paige Peters is in 19th. Chloe went spare strike in the 5th and the 6th. Esposito went strike and he split in the 3rd and got 2. Horton, 9 spare in the 3rd. Erickson comes in high, leaves himself the 6 pin. No, he finished in 25th. Horton with a strike in the 4th. It's up by 14. Erickson with a miss. Esposito, another split, 4-9. Drew takes the 1. Now finds himself down by 25. Better shot there for Isaac. He strikes in the 7th. But he finds himself down by 46. So he's dug himself quite a hole. Esposito comes back with a strike in the 5th. Still down by the 14. Horton strikes here in the 5th. That'll be a double out. Will increase his lead to 24. Chloe leaves a 10 pin. Horton gets that double. Goes up now by actually 25. Chloe makes her spare. Chloe now up in the 8th. She's coming in high, but she gets the trip of the 4. Horton now up in the 6th, lane 13. He's looking for a triple. He gets it, increases his lead to 35. Alex has been on a roll lately. 2 weeks ago, he made the finals of the PJBT Invitational, finishing second to Alex Glinsky. And last week, he won the PJBT Masters. Four pin for Erickson. Esposito left the 6-10. Which he converts. The match directly next to me on 15 and 16. The match that nobody wants to win. Between Pierce Field and Tom Hankey. That pair must be tough. That will be our second of our finals pairs coming up a little later. Erickson made his spare. Esposito struck in his 7th frame. 4 pin for Isaac. Horton with 4 in a row, increasing his lead to 55. Isaac with another single pin spare miss. That match is over. The best he could shoot is 171. Chloe's already at 169 with 2 frames to go. Horton up in the 8th, looking for 5 in a row. 4-7. So that's going to end his streak, but at the moment, he has the match well in hand. Chloe, big 4. Watching that match on 15 and 16, that is brutal. Tom is going to finish first. He's going to be in the 160s. .167, and Pierce is going to need a mark to win. Brutal pair. Esposito splits in his 8th. Chloe got 2 from her big 4. She leaves the 9 pin. Drew basically threw that ball straight at the head pin, trying to leave him something that he can make. He left himself a 6 pin. That is actually not a bad idea at all. Chloe does not make her 9 pin. Very disappointing back-to-back opens in the 9th and the 10th. Pierce made his spare, by the way, so he's going to beat Tom as long as he gets 6 pins. Esposito got 2 on his split, so the most he could shoot is 183. Horton already at 178. Drew now the best he could shoot is 173, so that match is over. Esposito with the spare. Drew, when he goes up for the 10th, you could go. Horton didn't like that shot coming off his hand. He definitely missed right, but it came back. All right, so Chloe Skrzyński is going to beat Isaac Erickson. She shot 194. Isaac will either have 160 or 161. That pair looked brutal.
This lane too, I think they laid a pattern over a pattern. Because I tried laying it out the first time, like, oh, maybe I missed. Did it again, like I picked off. And at the end, like, I just need a spare. Reeled it at the pocket. I can't do anything. So I tried playing strip, and I let it out just a little bit in there. And I used the ball that I sanded down before practice at fresh 1,000. It did. And maybe it moved up. I think even 500 is not. 500 might help me read. Any angle on this way, it's gonna keep on going. Even for Brandon, he said it goes this way.
All right, so we're just fast tracking the match on 13 and 14 to get done with it. Jose, the top 3 after game 19 was Drew Esposito, Cameron Hurwitz, and Alex Galinsky. Drew will probably most likely fall to 2nd now. They have a over 150 pin lead on Alex Galinsky in 3rd. All right, good game for Horton. 228. Esposito will probably be in the low 160s. Yes, 161. And Chloe with a 194-161 victory over Isaac Erickson. So that's going to do it for game 3 of match play, game 20 overall. We will have one more game, then we're going to take a very quick break to get scores because game 22 is a position round. I will see you sometime.
I got the dead wood for 190, no matter where I go, whatever. Ready?
All right, so it looks like on 13 and 14, we're going to have Michael Liu and Joey Ocello. First time we've seen Joey. And on 11 and 12, we have Pierce Field. Don't know quite yet who his opponent is. Alex Glinski. That should be a really good match. They were 3rd and 4th, respectively, before the last match. So they could realistically be bowling each other back-to-back games here. Alex struck in the first. Chuck, do you know what seeds you're giving me here next? You know what seeds you're giving me here next? If it's my choice, I'd love to go to 12. 9 through 12, I can have it. Simply because 10 is cut. So they have a little drama.
Oh, for the position.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
All right. Okay, so 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. So I'm getting 3 and 4 is 1 and 2. So I'm going to have 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Works out great. Thank you. Excellent. So for the position round, this works out perfectly. We are going to have the 9, 10, 11, and 12 seeds on the live stream. Top 10 make the cut. So we're going to have potentially. Ooh, Alex Galinsky with a solid 8. We're possibly going to have some drama on the live stream to see who makes the finals and who doesn't. So it looks like the Ocello Lou match is going to start out with opens. And after 1 inning of play, Ocello with a 9-8 lead. Yes, I said inning. Once again, our live stream is operational. Feel free, chime in. Let me know where you're watching us from today. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Lou up in the second. Gets the 10 out. Galinsky made his 8-pin. Strikes in the third. Joey gets the 2-8 to roll. Pierce. I'd love to know what his rev rate is. He has a very unique roll to his ball. Yes, Matt, there has been. He kind of has that Mike Fagan inside out throw. For those of you that can remember Mike Fagan, when he would throw the ball, his right arm would literally come in front of his face and then out to the side. Looks like we have that ball issue on 13 and 14 again. I have been told we are not going to be using that pair in the finals. On our progression from right to left, we will not be using that pair. We will skip from 15 and 16 straight to 11 and 12. Galinsky with 3 in a row.
This tournament bowlers after game number 20 of competition. Your overall leader is Cameron Hurwitz at plus 528. 10th place at the moment is Brian Kennedy at plus 245. 528 your leader, 245 is 10th. That's after game number 20. Just a reminder, at the completion of your current 21st game, return your score sheets to the check-in room. We will line you up for the 22nd and final position round game.
Pierce makes the 4, 6, 7. Has a good spare. When you see it made, you don't usually see it made that way. Usually see it made on the bounce. Thank you. All right, after game number 20, game 3 of match play in round 2, Cameron Hurwitz retakes the lead. He won again, and this time he only shot 172, and he won. He's now at plus 528. Drew Esposito plus 489. Dylan Zimmerman up to third, plus 417. Pierce Field in fourth, 359. Lazarchek in fifth, 314. Glinsky fell to sixth.
You own a black Jeep Cherokee with the license plate R76EGM. Please come up to the front counter. Again, license plate R76EGM.
Glinsky fell all the way to 6. He shot 135. He's at plus 306. Alex Horton up to 7th, plus 275. Tom Hankey slipped to 8th at plus 270. Alex Sorge, 9th, 268. And in 10th, Brian Kennedy at 245. First bowler out of cut, Andrew Kopech, 239. All right, so Pierce struck in the 6th, and so did Glinsky. Glinsky now actually has a 2-pin lead. I'm going to say that Alex likes this pair better than he did the last pair that he was on. Let's see if I can get confirmation from that from his parents. That Alex likes this pair a little better than he liked the last pair that he was on. Or that Alex likes this pair better than the last pair that he was on. Yeah. Yeah. Pierce comes in light, leaves a washout. 1, 2, 8, 10. Finally got 13 and 14 going back. Joey makes 9 spare. Michael Liu split 2, 4, 8, 10. He gets 2. So he's got 52 in the 4th. Pierce put the 1 around the 10. Ten-pin for Osella. Pierce comes back with a strike. He can still strike out for 245. Glinsky, though, strike out for 280. Joey makes the 10-pin. He finds himself up by 16. Glinsky now up, frame 8. Another strike. So he now has a pretty commanding lead in this match. 35. Not a huge lead, but a lead nonetheless. Ocello with a strike in the 5th. looking at the match on 15 and 16 again. Lazarchik is there. He's struggling. He only has 2 marks through 3 marks now through 7 frames. His opponent, Chloe Skrzynski, though, she has 5 in a row, so she knows how to play that. She figured out how to play that pair. Glinsky, 10 pin. Michael Liu with a strike in the 5th. 16 pin difference. So with that 10 pin, that keeps Pierce alive momentarily. If he were to strike out, Glinsky would need to get if he were to go 8 miss, it would be a and he would need a mark. Yes, if Pierce were to strike out, he would need a mark. So anything could still happen. There's the first one for Pierce. So he goes into the 10th down 24. Michael Liu, big Ford in the 6th. So he's got 3 splits in his 6 frames. All 3 splits were 6 counts. Pierce does not strike in the 10th. That's going to pretty much end that match. By the way, for the girls, none of the girls are in the top 10 at the moment. Chloe Skrzynski is the closest at 16th. Cameron Peters is in 17th. Paige Peters is in 19th. They have, don't forget, their own separate battle here. The winner of the girls gets 1,000. And the way Chloe's bowling, looks like it's going to be her. I'm trying to see where Cameron. Yeah, Cameron is in the 8th. And she's in the 150s. So if she were to strike in the 9th, actually, see, she could still shoot 239. She finds herself down 34 pins to Chloe. All right, Piercefield ended up with 223. Ocello split in the 6th, struck in the 7th. He is up by 18. Michael Liu strike in the 7th. So Cameron did strike in the 9th. She could still shoot 239 and get a win. So if the bonus pins are counting, So that would be 269. Chloe's going to get her 30 bonus pins. She's at 225. So basically, she's just going to need a couple pins here. And she struck. I believe that's going to give her the girls' championship. All right, in the match on 11 and 12, Alex Glinski with a 259 to 223 victory. On 13 and 14, Michael Lou spared in the 8th. Ocello with now a double. He takes a 28-pin lead into the foundation frame 9th. Ocello up, foundation frame 9, 6 count, and a split. Gets 2. So he has 148 after 9. So if Luke could find a way to get 4 in a row here, he would force Joey to strike out in a 10 to tie. He does not strike in the 9th. He makes the spare, though. So now he could still shoot 164, which would force Ocello to mark. After this match is over, they're going to tally the scores really quick. And we'll be back for our last game of match play, game 22, which will be a position round. Top 10 make it to the finals. We will have the 9th and 10th seeds on 11 and 12, and the 11 and 12 seeds on 13 and 14. All right, so now the best Luke could shoot is 150, so if he strikes Joey, he would just need 3 pins. Which he does. So Michael had a bunch of 6 counts that game, 5 of them. 5 out of his 11 shots were 6 counts. Interesting. Joey strikes, first shot the 10th. That seals that win for him. And hopefully for the last time, the ball will get stuck on 14. And thankfully it came back. Double for Joey. Hopefully the ball comes back. And it does. Thanks be to God. All right, so this will be the last shot. And we will have a very short break. All right, Joey Ocello with a 177-150 victory over Michael Luke. All right, we'll be back shortly.
outside this summer too. It's gonna suck. I'm wearing a visor every day to work.
Okay, bowlers, come on into the meeting room and get your cards for the last and final game.
This tournament bowlers after game number 21. Your leader is Cameron Hurwitz at plus 528. We have a tie for 10th at the moment. Tie for 10th at plus 249. Kennedy and Lazarchik plus 249. Okay? Now, bowlers, once you get your lane assignments, report to your starting lane for game 22. Do not take a shot yet. However, we will give you 2 balls of practice on each lane. 2 balls or 1 frame on each lane. So give us a moment. We're in the process of freezing the monitors.
Brian, you should be down here.
Oh, you're not looking the right way. Go ahead. I can't tell. The damn numbers don't look. They don't look right. Look, it says 13 right there. I know, but I thought that was. Yo, BK. Let's both ball 300 and get the win. So we're just both in. No, we're tied for 10.
Okay, bowlers, your lanes are frozen, so you may.
Right? Is it tied for 10th or like we're 9th and 10th?
No, 10th and 11th.
10th and 11th.
All right. We are down to the last game of match play. I don't know what I was talking about earlier with Chloe winning the title. There's still one more game to go. I can tell you this, though. Chloe has a 54-pin lead on Cameron Peters and an 88-pin lead on Paige Peters. Okay, so here's what we got here. Cameron Hurwitz is number 1 at 569. Drew Esposito is number 2 at 489. Cameron is pretty safe. He hasn't lost a game in match play yet. He's 9-0. So Drew is going to have to beat him by 51 pins to overtake the lead. Dylan Zimmerman is in 3rd at 442. Alex Glinsky is in 4th at 395. Pierce Field is in 5th at 382. Alex Sorge is in 6th at 344. Tom Henke is in 7th at 334. Andrew Kopech is in 8th at 293. And now the fun starts. On the live stream, in 9th, Alex Horton at plus 267 is going to be bowling Andrew Lazarchuk, who is at plus 249. In 11th, Brian Kennedy is also plus 249. 12th, Michael Mirabelli at
Okay, bowlers, now your
plus
leaders will be on for 2 balls
233.
of practice. 2 balls or 1 frame.
Chloe Skrzyncki not out of it yet in 13th at plus 224. And Joey Osella has an outside shot at plus 207. So we'll be keeping an eye on the 7th through the 14th seeds to see what's going on. Bowlers are going to be allowed to take 2 practice shots on each lane, and then we're going to get started.
2 balls
Well,
or 1 frame on each lane, bowlers. Then please step back and we'll start together.
I wanted 9 through 12 on the live stream. I got it, and we got a tie for the final cut spot. So, who is going to want it more? After this, I'm going to take the stream down for a few minutes to set it up for the finals. I'm going to have to move some tables, move my power cord. So the stream will definitely go offline because as soon as I unplug the power, it goes offline anyway. So it will probably be about a 15-minute break anyway because we'll give out awards for the girls finishers, assuming all 3 don't make the final 10, which it does not look like that's going to happen.
Okay, bowlers, at this time, if you'll go up to your monitors, just hit the stop practice key. After you hit stop practice, your color bars will come up, and you may begin your game 22 of qualifying. Once again, spectators, let's give our 22 semi-finalist bowlers a nice round of applause as they begin game 22 of position round.
All right. And off we go. Alex Horton will start us off on 11. Brian Kennedy will start us off on 13. Horton with a 2-8. Kennedy with a solid 10. Horton does not make his spare. Horton is only 18 pins above both Lazarchuk and Kennedy. Seven pin for Lazarchuk. Kennedy made his 10. Michael Mirabelli up. He's 16 pins out. He strikes in the first. Lazarchuk makes his 7 pin. That's a double for Mirabelli. Lazarchuk comes in high, leaves himself to 4-7. Kennedy comes in high, leaves the 3-6. Lazarchuk makes his spare. Kennedy made his spare. Horton comes in high in the second, leaves himself the 4 pin. Solid 10 for Kennedy in the third. Horton with the single pin miss. So back-to-back opens for Alex to start his match. Kennedy with his third straight spare. Horton up in the third, leaves the bucket. Mirabelli up. Frame 3. He's going high. Leaves himself to 4-6. Got a good match going on 9 and 10. Both Tom Henke and Andrew Kopech, both with the front 4. Horton makes his bucket. Mirabelli takes his 1. Once again, you're watching the 22nd and final game, the 16th annual best tournament. After this, we will cut the field to 10 for the finals. Is a position round. Right now, 10th and 11th spot is a tie. Pin, weak 10 for Mirabelli. 6 laid right in the gutter next to it. Let's see what Lazarchik could do. He's up 20 at the moment. He'll be up 19 if he converts the spare. Mirabelli with the spare in the 4th. Kopech now has the front 6 on 9 and 10. Henke trying to match him. And he does. That's actually going to be an important game because 5th is one less game than 6th. Kopech is 41 pins behind Henke, but don't forget you get 30 bonus. Henke now with the front 7. Lazarchik starts his match with 4 straight spares, just as Kennedy does. In fact, they are tied. They both have 56. Andrew Kopech is the first to blink in the Kopech-Henke match. Kennedy gets his first strike in the 5th. That match with Mirabelli is all tie. Horton gets his first strike of the game. Kopech misses his single pin spare. In the 13th and 14th place match, Skrzyński is clean through 5. She still has a chance to get in it. She's only 16 pins out of 10th. Horton now looking to double, and he does. Lots of people are clapping for me again. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Mirabelli Mirabelli makes his spare in the 5th. He's down 1 pin to Kennedy, but Kennedy is on a strike. Next time Brian's up, he can extend his lead to 11. Lazarchek, 7 pin. Kopech goes 9 spare in the 8th. Mirabelli comes in high, leaves the 3, 6, 9, 10. Tom Hankey now at the front 8 on 9 and 10, right to the left of the live stream. Lazarchek makes his 5th straight spare to start that match. Joey Ocello, who's right now sitting in 14th, he's got 4 spares and an open. And he comes in high in frame 6. Tom's high hit leaves a 9 pin, so that's going to end his streak. Lazarchek gets the 6th to roll. The 6th to roll in the 6th. Interesting, Mirabelli does not make the 3, 6, 9, 10, leaving the 6 pin. Ocello does not make the 3, 6, 9, 10, leaving the 10 pin. Hankey makes his spare. So if Kopech were to strike out, Hankey would need to mark. A 9 miss would be a tie. Horton in the 6th leaves a 2, 8. He missed this in the 1st. Kopech strikes in the 9th. Skrzyński up on 16. She doubles, gets the 5, 7 out. Brian Kennedy up in the 6th, looking for a double. He gets it. Extends his lead over Mirabelli to 16. Horton shooting at the 2, 8. Makes it this time. He is down to Lazarchek by 9. Kopech strikes in the 10, so he can still shoot 257. Chloe goes Jersey and carries. So even in defeat, assuming Kopech loses, which he hasn't yet, but even if he were to lose, he's still going to be in with a pretty high game. Alex Horton strikes in the 7th. Kennedy now up in the 7th, looking for a triple 2-pin. So with a spare, he'll be up by 25. Lazarchek does not like it and almost struck. 3-pin. Ocello struck in the 7th on 15 and 16. Kennedy makes his 2-pin to be up by 25. Lazarchek makes his spare. He maintains his 9-pin lead, but Horton is on a strike. So if Horton strikes the next frame, he will take the lead. Ocello doubled in 15 and 16. Kopech did strike out for 257. So if Tom goes 9 miss, they tie. Mirabelli trips the 6, 9, 10. Lazarchek strikes in the 8th. has his best shot of the game so far. But with a strike, Horton will take a 1-pin lead. Tom leaves a 10-pin, so he's going to need to make this to win. If he misses it, him and Kopech will tie at 257. Horton now up in the 8th, lane 12. And he gets that double to take the lead. Chloe up. She went Jersey again for 4 in a row. She's making a push to get into the top 10. She can, she may do it. Mirabelli with a double. Chloe could strike out for 257. That will probably get her in. You can see her grimacing in a little bit of pain. Might have something cut. Horton, oh, gets the 10 out. Chloe strikes in the 9th. She's making a push to the top 10. This is going to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Kennedy crosses over, leaves the 6-pin. This is why I wanted positions 9 through 12 on the live stream. Anything can happen when you're fighting for those last couple spots. Hanky did make his 10-pin, so he beat Kopech 266 to 257. Both of them will be moving on. There was a good match, too, on the next to them between Pierce Field and Alex Sorge. Alex Sorge looked like he came out ahead with a 248-245 victory. Lazarchik makes his spare. Kennedy made his spare. Joey leaves a 10-pin. That match is over. Chloe is going to advance, but we're going to see what Chloe could do in the 10th, making a push to get into the top 10. Lazarchik, 3.9. Now the best he could shoot is 193. So he's going to need some help. Kennedy in the 9th leaves an 8-pin. Lazarchik makes his spare. Marcelo leads a 210. His day is over. Kennedy makes the spare. This is a big shot here for Lazarchik. Oh, and he stones a 9. Wow. That 193, 165. See, the reason why that was important. If he struck there, he would have been at 193. If Alex Horton went 9 out, they would have tied.
Come on, Michael.
Mirabelli with a triple. All right. So now Chloe is up in the 10th. She can still strike out for 257. Mirabelli could shoot 220. If they both strike out, Chloe will overtake Michael. Horton for the win. That's that 9. So Horton is going to win. Chloe gets the first strike. So Horton's getting the plus 30. Mirabelli gets a strike in the 10th. He can still shoot 220. If Chloe strikes here, she's in the 250s. Actually, Chloe might have already. This is coming down to the final shot right here. What a way. Very exciting. You can see Chloe's shot. She will be on 16. The ball is away. Oh, leaves a washout. That's not good. So she's, well, let's see here. If she gets 3, she'll be at 242, which will, the best Mirabelli could do is 220, so that's 22 pins. Chloe is going to overtake Mirabelli. Now, but the best Kennedy could do is 213. I think Chloe's going to get 10. Chloe is going to be plus 71. 71. 295. Horton was plus 35. So that's 302. Lazarchuk at 192, so that's 241. So he's out. Kennedy. 02, 32, 81. He's out. Chloe's going to be 10. Actually, if Kennedy had struck out, he would have been plus 43, which would have made him 92. So Chloe actually had Kennedy shut out before he started his 10th frame. So Kennedy with the 211 gets the win, so plus 41. Actually, no, I was wrong. Kennedy needed that first strike. So 290. Chloe is going to sneak in by 5 pins. Oh, wait. Hold on. Other way around. Kopech, Mirabelli ended up winning that match. So he gets 31. So that gives him 64. Lazarchuk is at 41. 264. Kennedy only went up 250. Chloe Skrzyncki is going to be the 10th seed at plus 295. All right. I am going to take the stream down because I got to get setting up for the finals. We will be back. Stay tuned.